Hello everyone, welcome to this online session. Today we will be walking through the entire Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics paper 4, and this is variant 42, right? And this is the October-November series 2024, right? A few important instructions regarding the question paper is provided here. So you are encouraged to read these guidelines and the instruction. The total duration for this paper is 2 hours and 30 minutes, but I will aim to take you through the full paper in about 1 hour, presenting each solution step by step. You are allowed to use the calculator, and the total marks in this question paper is 130, and you can use the calculator when necessary. And I would like to request you all that you should go through the instruction before starting the paper, right? So let us go to question number 1 now. The question number 1 is on the screen now. The question number 1 tells that NV buys a new car and the price of the car is 28,240 US dollar, right? And she's given 7.5% discount. Calculate the amount she pays after the discount, after reduction of the discount. And I want to tell you that those who are joining for this session, I strongly believe that you have a very good and solid foundation and solid understanding of the topics that we have already covered in the lessons during the class. And today's our focus will be on the solving paper, the entire paper solution, rather than teaching the topic or the concept. So we will be only discussing the question paper and the answering skills. We will be not be discussing any concept. Okay, and let me take you to my answer. So since this is 2 marks question, so you have to show your work here. In the first step, you have to calculate the discount since 7.5% discount is given. So then the discount amount is 2,118, and the discount amount will be deducted from the return price. Then the amount to be paid is 26,122. I think the solution is clearly visible to all. So you have to write 26,122. I think question number 1 is very easy and clear to all, right? And I want to tell you that if at any point you feel the need for a deeper and more conceptual clarification or conceptual explanation, I recommend you to attend our regular classes. Also, it is available online in this channel, and where we focus specifically on topic by topic and conceptual clarity and guided lesson. So this session is entirely dedicated for the past paper solution, right? Now let us go to question number 1, but the second part of the question. The second part is on the screen now. So here the next part of the question tells that a fuel tank in the car has a capacity of 45 liters, and this is 72% of the capacity of the fuel tank in the old car. Calculate the capacity of the fuel tank of the old car. So I want to show you the solution here. Consider the capacity of the old car is X liter, and according to the question, so the new car has capacity is 45 liter, which is the 72% of old car. So 72% means 72 upon 100, which is equal to 0.72, right? 0.72 times of 45 of x, which is equal to 45. Let me show you. Yeah, 0.72 of x, which is equal to 45. Then after solving, you will get the value of x is 62.5 liter. I think this is very easy question, and you have to show your entire working on the paper. This is also 2 mark question. So then we will go to the next part of this question. Still we are in question number 1. So this is question number 1b. Adi buys a new car costing 28,000 US dollar. He pays for a car using a finance plan, and the finance plan is consist of 3 things. One is deposit, then 47 equal monthly payment of 330 US dollar, means 47 times Adi will pay 330 30 US dollar. And again, the final payment will be 11,490, right? Using this financial plan, the pays the total price is 31,900 US dollar for the car. So now what you have to do, you have to calculate the deposit paid as the percentage of 28,000. Look here, the real price of the car is 28,000. Since the accepts financial plan, that is finally he has to pay 31,900 US dollar, right? So then I want to show you the entire working, how you will be writing on the paper. Once again, if you are seeking the conceptual understanding, do consider joining our full lessons available on this platform. So we have always conceptual class, lesson chapter wise, chapter wise, one by one chapters. So you can join the class and you can understand the concept. But now here we will be only focusing the question paper solution, so that you should know how to write the answer step by step in order to get a good grade in your IGCSE Mathematics examination, right? So then I have shown the entire calculation here. So here the steps I have mentioned here: step 1, step 2, step 3, and final step 4. In the step 1, you will calculate 47 installment, and every installment is 330. Then this amount is 15,510. Again, this 15,510 plus the final payment 11,490. This altogether amounts 27,000. And you know that the final payment at the pays is 31,900. And including, if we subtract this 27,000, then the remaining amount is 4,900, right? And we have to express this is the deposit 4,900 as the percentage of 28,000. So if you calculate the percentage, then the down payment, the first deposit is 17.5%. Is it clear to all? Right? So now let us go to the next question. Yeah, the same question number 1, but it has another part C. Now let us see. So here in this question, we can see a car travels 64 kilometer and uses 2.5 liter of fuel. Again, it travels 128 kilometers and uses 6 liters of fuel. Then what we have to do, we have to calculate the rate at which the car uses the fuel during the whole journey, and we have to express per 100 kilometer. It is very simple. You have to add all the distance together and all the fuel consumption together. Then you will find out the percentage. Then let me show you the answer here now. Yeah. So then the total distance is the step 1. You have to calculate the total distance, which is 192. And next you have to calculate the total fuel consumed is 8.5 liter. Next step, the percentage you have to calculate out of 100, right? So then if you use the calculator, you can use calculator, and your final answer is 4.427 something, but you have to write 3 significant figure according to IGCSE instruction. So then your final answer will be 4.43 liters per 100 kilometer. I think the question is clear and the solution is clear to all, I think. So this is the steps you have to follow to write in your IGCSE examination, right? Now let us go to the next question, D. It is also related to the calculation of percentage. My question is clear to all, I hope, right? Question number 1, and the D is on the screen. This question tells that this is also related to calculation of the percentage. At the start of 2021, the value of a car was 46,500 US dollar, but at the end of 2021 the value of the car was reduced to 20%. That means 20% reduced, in the sense the remaining value was 80%. You have two choices. I will show you the solution too. Again, at the end of 2022 the value of the car was again reduced to 15% than the value that was at the end of 2021. Now you have to show the the value at the end of 2022. So here I think 3 steps. It is 2 marks, but you have to show 3 steps. Let me show you the answer. Look here. In the first case, my solution is visible to you, I hope. Right. The value at the end of 2021, since it is 20% reduced, it is 37,000 200. Here I want to tell you that either you can reduce 20% or you can write, for example, if any value, if any product, if its value is reduced to 20%, the remaining value will be the 80% of the main value or the original value. So in this case, you can do the calculation like this: 46,500 into 80%. Right? And if you do the calculation, if you use the calculator, I think you will get the same thing, 37,200. You can use the calculator and check. Anyway, so since it is 2 marks, so you have to show 2 steps at least. Then this is your step 1. Again, the step 2, again you will go for again 15% reduction. Again you will get 37%. And if 15% reduced, then you have to show 85%. And here also we did 80%. And the final value is 31,620. Right? So now let us go to the next question. Yeah, now we finished question number 1. Now we are at question number 2 now. This question number 2 is related to your algebra. And here you can see there is an equation, y is equal to x cube plus 4x square minus 4, and you have to solve the equation by given value in this table. You can see when the value of x is negative 4.5, if you substitute the value of x in the equation, you will find the value of y is what? Negative 14.1. Similarly, these values are already given, but what you have to do, you have to complete the table. The table is not completed, it is incomplete. So you have to complete the table. So now if you put the value of minus 4 in this equation at the place of x, I mean if you substitute the value of x in the equation, you will find the value of y. So I want to show you the calculation. Yeah, this is the calculation. Yeah, let me show you. For step 1, when the value of x is negative 4, if you put this value in this equation, then you will get the value of y is also negative 4. Then you have to write here, right? So this is one step completed. Next, when the value of x is minus 4, so when the value of x is minus 4, if you substitute this value in the equation, at the same time you are getting the value of y is minus 1. So then you have to write here minus 1, 2. So then your part A is completed, the table is completed. Now what you have to do, on the grid, I mean the graph paper, what is given here, you have to draw the graph for this equation, because already the equation is given here and the values are given in the box. And remember, for the value of x, which is starting from minus 4.5 to 1.5, of course the same thing you can see here, the value of x begins at minus 4.5 and it continues up to 1.5. So I want to leave you this graph paper in your hand, you can complete, and I want to show you a few instructions how to complete the graph. Let me show you the instruction how to finish, so that it will be easy for you to do the calculation. The instruction I have given according to IGCSE examination style. So the first thing you have to remember, use a sharp pencil for smooth and accurate drawing. I have written all the instruction here, and plot each points precisely, because these values are given on the table. So according to the table, you have to draw these values, right? Then after plotting the points, you have to draw a smooth curve, because it is not related to straight line, and it is not the series of straight lines. You have to draw a smooth curve, because this is cubic, curve is for cubic curve. And if you turn the curve, then it will be easy for you to find out the maxima and minima. And one thing, don't just extend just beyond 4.5 and 1.5. So don't stop exactly at negative 4.5 or negative, sorry, 1 point, not negative, 1.5. So you have to show the complete, what do you call, generally the curve will be like, this is cubic, somehow it is close to S shape, right? I want to show a few examples here. Let me take you to the graph paper once again. In this graph paper, if I show you x-axis, can you see here? So x-axis, you can see each line means every line is 1 unit. So it is easy for you to calculate this. But when you are coming for y-axis, you can see from 0 to negative 5, there are 10 boxes. Yeah. So you can see each one will be 1 unit. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 5. Same thing here. You can see here 2 to line, here 2, here 2, here 2. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, again 5, right? So then you should be very careful. Let me show you 1 or 2 points so that you can complete. If I focus the first one, x is negative 4.5. Let me go to x is negative 4.5. Yes, this is the point, and y is 14.1. If I go to 14, so it is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 point means somewhere it will be here. So if I go exactly to the point, is this the point? Somewhere here? Yeah. So you have to give just one dot, or you can make it cross very small, right? Very small. Now again I will show one more. When x is negative 4, y is also negative 4, right? So then x is negative 4 here, then y also negative 4. I mean the line is here, I guess. Yeah. Is it correct? Yeah. So this is the cross. So while we are drawing, again you will find the next point. Let me show you next point. X negative 3, y 5. X negative 3 and y 5. I think this is the exact point. So you have to don't draw. So if you draw, let me change the, consider if you draw the straight line like this, or if you draw the straight line like this, so this is not considered. You will not be awarded any mark. You have to draw a smooth curve, right? So don't draw the straight line. You have to draw a smooth curve. So it should be like shape. So if you complete this graph, you will get a perfect shape, right? Now next, draw the tangent at the graph at point 1 and 1. So you will draw the tangent. I have given the instruction, and use the tangent to calculate. So let me show you the answer how to do this. So you have to draw the tangent, find the correct slope, and do not cut through the curve, right? And the point approximately, so what I did, so it was 0 and negative 4, and the B point will be 2 and 6. And if you want the gradient formula, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, if you put the formula, so approximate value you will be getting 5, right? So the gradient will be almost 5. You can try yourself, because so when you use, sometimes so the value may be slightly here and there, but there is a range for this evaluation you will of course get. So try yourself this graph. So still, if you find any difficulties, we will discuss more detail in our regular lessons, concept class. Clear? Now let us go to the next question. Now same question 2, D is on the screen. By drawing a suitable straight line on the grid, solve the equation. Yes, this is very good and very perfect question I want to show you. So if I go to the previous question, can you see x cube plus 4x square minus 4? X cube minus plus 4x square minus 4. This was the equation I brought from the previous question. Now if you see this equation, this is written x cube plus 4x square, now minus x minus 6 equal to 0. But I want to convert this equation in this form, right? So what I can write, can I write x cube, because both they have x cube, plus 4x square? Yes, I can write 4x square, but here it is minus 4 and here it is minus 6. Can I write, instead of minus 6, can I write minus 4 and minus 2? Yes. Then next one is minus x, which is equal to 0. In the next step, I can write x cube plus 4x square minus 4, which is equal to, if I change the side, I can write x plus 2. Okay, so we can express in this way. So I want to show you my marking scheme and the solution. Is this the solution? Let me show you. Yeah. So as the cubic equation is given, this is the cubic equation given in the question paper, right? Then So now my suggestion is that you don't write all these things. So link to part 1, link to part 2. While you're writing your answers, you don't write all these things. Only you have to write your working and the solution. I have written this thing for your clear understanding, right? So anyway, in part B, we got this equation, right? Then as I explained you, we can rearrange the given equation as per the previous equation, right? Then if we solve both left hand side to right hand side, then we can get the solution, and I have shared this solution with you. Please go through this and you can find out the answer. So this is clear and very easy. Only you have to focus how to convert this equation. Once it is converted, then you can go for the simple step and you can get the solution, right? And the solution is on the screen. You can see and ask me if you have any question. I'm waiting for your comment. Okay, so whenever we are going for any questions, my suggestion is that you pause for a moment and you get the solution yourself. Then you compare your solution with the solution provided by me. And remember, this is your 4-mark question. So you have to clearly mention all the steps, right? Anyway, so now let us go to the next question. Question number 3, it is very easy and simplify the question, and I think not necessary to explain you anything here, right? So just simply you have to grouping the like terms together, then finally subtraction. So if I tell 3m is similar with 4m, next 5n is similar with 8n, so then your final answer will be minus m plus 3n. Am I right? Let me show you the solution. Yeah, you can group the like terms together. This is the like term and this is another like term. So then finally you can write the final answer. So minus m plus 3n, or you can write 3n minus m. That's your choice. Next question, you can see this is related to your exponential form, and here it is very clear. Already you know the concept. So the power 4, this power 4 is for all the letters. The power will be also for 3. The power is also for A, and again the same power will be also for C. So if I write all this together, 3 to the power 4, again A squared to the power 4, again C cubed to the power 4. Your choice, either you can write inside the bracket. I have no problem. Alright. Then in the final step, same thing I want to show you here. So 3 to the power 4, whose value is 81. Again A square and 4th power 8. Again cube and 4th 12. So this is your final answer. 81, A to the power 8 and C to the power 12. Is it clear to all? Now next question is very simple, addition. Those who know addition, they can get the solution. And you know we have to make the equal denominator. So for the equal denominator, we have to find the LCM of all these denominators, right? So then you know the LCM will be 30, I guess. So then let me show you the solution. Yeah, LCM is 30. So once the LCM is 30 for all the common denominators, then you know the solution, right? Final answer is 19x upon 30. It is 2 marks. So 1 mark for getting common denominator, then next one final calculation, right? Okay, now let us go to the next question. These questions are very easy. And so question B is question number 3b. Yeah. This isosceles triangle has a perimeter 35.5 centimeter. Perimeter is given, right? Then what we have to find out? We have to find out the value of A, right? So what is the value of A? We have to find out. If you see this triangle, so these two sides are equal. So these two sides are equal, then the magnitude also will be same, 3a plus 2. Then simply you can write 3a plus 2 and 3a plus 2, 2 times of 3a plus 2, or you can write 3a plus 2 or 3a plus 2 plus a, which is equal to 35.5, right? So then you can add, or let me show you the solution. It's very easy. Same thing I have written here. A plus 2 times of 3a plus 2, which is equal to 35.5. Then after solution, you get the value of A is 4.5, right? So then you have to write here 4.5. Very easy question. Now the next question tells that using quadratic equation formula, solve this one, 5x square minus 4x minus 3, which is equal to 0, then you must show all your working. So you know quadratic equation, x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a, right? And let me show you the solution. Yes, so if you compare, this is the general equation for quadratic equation. So here the a stands for the coefficient of x square, and b stands for the coefficient of x, and c stands for the constant. But remember, when you take a, b, c, you should take the number with their sign, whether it is positive or negative. So here a is 5, b is minus 4, and c is minus 3. Then if you, this is the equation, which equation? Your quadratic equation, right? So then if you substitute all the values, then you will get 4 plus or minus something, then you can get these two solution. One is 1.27, another one is negative 0.47. So this is the equation I'm sharing at my screen in front of you. Please go through the solution and please let me know if you have any doubt. I'm waiting for your comment. 1.27, another one is negative 0.472. Three significant figure you have right anyway. Is it clear to all? Right. Now let us go to the next question. Solve this simultaneous equation, right? And you can see here y is equal to 2x minus 3. Again here y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 5. So let me write here y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 5, right? So this y, instead of y, can I write this 2x minus 3? Yes, I can write 2x minus 3, which is equal to x square minus 4x plus 5, right? So then if I write all the terms in one side, can I write x square minus 4x plus 5 minus 2x plus 3, which is equal to 0. In the next step, I can write x square minus 6x plus 8, which is equal to 0. So now this is your quadratic equation. Now this is your quadratic equation. So you can put the quadratic equation formula, or you can go to factorize. So this is your choice. If you want to factorize, let me give you more detail. You can use quadratic equation method or factorization method. If you want to factorize, you have to split the middle term. So the middle term is minus 6x. You have to find out the two number in such a way that their product will be 8 and sum will be minus 6. Tell me two numbers whose sum is minus 6 and product is 8. So here the answer you will be getting minus 4 and minus 2. Yes. So now you can write x square minus 4x minus 2x plus 8, which is equal to 0. Then these two terms I am making one group. Again these two term one group. So here I can take x as a common factor. If I take x as a common factor, x minus 4x, right? So similarly here if I take minus 2 as a common factor, then I can write what? X minus 2 means what? Minus 4. Okay, I did a mistake here. So you should be very careful while you are writing. So here it is only 4, not 4x, because x is taken as the common factor. So in the next step, we have to write x minus 4, then x minus 2, which is equal to 0. Here also you have to write 0. Then after writing, then next is my screen is visible. Yes. So either x minus 4 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. If x minus 4 equal to 0, then you can take x is 4. Okay, let me show you the solution. Yeah, the same thing. You have to split the middle term. So then you will get, I'm showing you the entire step-by-step working here. Now just have a look. Okay, in the first step, you have written both the equation together by both the expression. Then again, you rearranged everything in one side. Then finally, you got the factorization. Then you got two values. Now you have to substitute the value of x here, right? So when the value of x is 2, then we are getting y as 1. So when the value of x is 4, we are getting y as 5. Then you have to write here when x is 2, when x is 2, y is 1. Similarly, when the x is 4, the y is 5. So this is your 5-mark question. So you have to show the entire solution very clearly. Please have a look, because this is 5-mark question, which is very important for the equation, right? If you have any question or any queries, please write in the comment. My screen is here, I can see your comment, then I can answer to your comment quickly, right? I hope my answer is clear to all. Okay, now let us go to the next question. What is this question? Is it completed? Yeah. Now question number 4 is on the screen, which is very interesting question, and it is related to a quadrilateral, right? So you can pause for a moment and answer the question yourself, and after that you can see my solution, right? So here the question is related to quadrilateral. You know, a quadrilateral has 4 angles. Should I draw? Yes. Anyway, so the angles of a quadrilateral are, what are the angles? Consider this is W, this is X, this is Y, and this is Z. And the second condition is that the ratio of W to X, Y, and Z are 3:5. That means if W is 3K, then this X plus Y plus Z will be 5K. Are you with me? Yeah. But you know that the sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. That means, can I write omega plus X plus Y plus Z, which is equal to 360 degree? Are you with me? Yeah. So this is your omega, and this is your X plus Y plus Z, which is equal to 360 degree. So instead of omega, can I write it as 3, because as per the ratio. Again, similarly, instead of X, Y, Z, can I write 5K? Yes, which is equal to 360 degree. Is my screen is visible? Yeah. So then total 8K is 360 degree, right? So then what will be the value of K? Let me show you the answer. So yeah, this is 3K and this is 5K. Then finally we are going for 8K is 360. Then K is equal to 45 degree, right? But in the question we have to find out the value of only omega, not, so we are not asked about X, Y, and Z, but we have to find out the omega. I'm not omega, W, which is equal to 3K. 3 into, what is the value of K? 45. So 3 times of 45, you can use your calculator and you can write the answer here. Is it clear? Can you see the solution very clearly? I have written the entire solution here. Please have a look, then we'll go to the next question. So now let us go to the next question. Before going to discuss a few detail about this question, I want to show you a few things here. Now look, this is the angle property of the circle. So this is a few theorems. Now you can see this is one circle. In this circle, this 2x is the angle at the center due to this arc AB, right? And this arc AB is also, okay, if this is the arc AB and it is associated with a chord, this is AB. Anyway, so this 2x is the angle at the center and this x is the angle at the circumference. And you know, according to the theorem, there is a proof, but you know, the proof we will be learning. We are learning, not will be, already we have discussed in during our conceptual class, regular classes. So this center angle is twice of the angle at the circumference. I want to show you the theorem here. The angle at the center of a circle is twice the angle at the circumference subtended by the same arc, right? So then if this is x, then it is 2x. For example, if it is 30 degree, then definitely this will be 60 degree, right? So this is one case. And few other things I want to show you. Yeah. Look here, if this is the diameter of the circle, then the angle subtended by the diameter of the circle at the circumference is always 90 degree. Can you see this? This is one more theorem. The angle subtended by the diameter at the circumference is equal to a right angle. That means 90 degree. Okay, these are the few things you have to keep in view. And one more thing you remember. So this is one chord AB, and you know this chord can make one angle here and one more angle here. That means angle X and angle Y, and angle X will be equal to angle Y. If this is also one more theorem. So this is the, yeah, these are the few concepts you have to already you know the concept. That is why when you are going to solve the past paper, you should remember that you have already clear concept ideas, right? The angle in the same segment of a circle are equal anyway. So I want to take you directly to one more. Okay, now look here. This is a circle, and you know PQ is the tangent which is touching the circle at a single point at T, right? And you know this TS is a chord, and there is an angle, the angle STQ. So for angle STQ, this shaded region is called alternate segment. Can you see the shaded segment is called alternate segment in relation to the angle STQ, right? And if we find any angle here, this angle is called alternate segment angle, and this angle and this angle, the magnitude of this angle, the value of this angle, both the angles will be same, right? So here you can see angle X will be equal to angle here, right? Yeah, keeping all the few things in front of our calculation, let me explain this diagram first. Look here. So you know PQ, this PQ is the tangent, right? So then this AD is a what do you call it, chord. Then this angle will be equal to this angle, angle B, using different color. Similarly, AD is the chord, and this chord AD is making one angle 49 here and angle B here, and these two angle will be same. So therefore this angle will be definitely 49 degree. Is it clear to all? Right. Similarly, since this angle, what I want, red color I will use, okay, this angle is 45 degree, then definitely this angle also will be 45 degree. Yeah, right. So this is your 49 degree, this is 45 degree, right? Now let us go to the question. So in the question, the detail about this diagram is given here. Now we have to find out the angle BAM. Where is BAM? BAM. So this small angle we have to find out. So let us find out this small angle. So you know this is a small triangle. Okay. So in this triangle we don't know this angle, but we have to find out this angle. That means 49 degree plus 105 degree plus x. That all together it will be 180 degree. Then you can find out the value of x here. BAM you can find out by this method, by very simple addition. I want to show you. So then this angle will be how much? 26 degree. Is it clear to all? Now next we have to find out, second we have to find the angle BAD. So we have to find out the angle BAD. Where is BAD? BAD. Yes, this total angle we have to find out, right? BAD, this angle. You know this is 49 degree. Already I told you this is 45 degree, sorry, 49 degree, and you know that consider this entire angle is x. So 45 plus x plus 49, which will be equal to 180 degree, right? Let me show you the solution. Yes, same thing, 49. Then if you want this BAD, then you have to subtract from 180 degree, then your answer will be 86 degree, right? Can you see the solution, please? Okay. Now, the next question is, give a geometrical reason why BD is not the diameter of the circle. Where is BD? Look here. BD, this is your BD. Okay, so BD is not the diameter. Why? If BD is the diameter, then this angle should be 90 degree, but this angle is not 90 degree. This one we got how much? 46 degree. Then this is very simple answer. So I have written the answer here. Can you see the answer, please? So if BD were the diameter, then angle BAD would be 90 degree, but it is 46 degree. Sorry, 86 degree. So BD is not the diameter. Any question? No question? So while we are discussing, if you have any doubt, or if you want, specifically if you want any chapter clarification, you can write in the comment box and I will take a special class on that chapter, right? And okay, let us go to the next question now. So the next question is on the screen. Just have a look this question and pause for a moment, then get the solution, and I will share my solution right here. Okay, so here the question is related to same circle. OA is 6.75, 6.75 centimeter, and similarly OC also will be same because both are the radius of the circle. Then OT is 11.5 centimeter. Now show that angle AOC is 108 and 12. Angle AOC. So if you see, this angle will be equal to this angle because of similarity. So if we find out this angle, then we can make it twice, then we can get the answer. So before that, let me draw the triangle here. Okay. So this is the triangle where A is right angle. I am writing A here. So which is the right angle. Then O, let me consider this one is O as X, or we can take AOT or something. Then this angle is T and this is your O. And OA is given much 6.75 and OT is given 11.5. If you see this triangle, can we use trigonometric ratio? So if I ask you cos X, or you can write cos of angle X stands for what? Angle AOT, or you can write cos X, that is your choice. So will be how much? What is the cos formula? Adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So let me show you the answer. Yes, your cos AOT is what? Adjacent side upon hypotenuse, right? So if I write the adjacent side upon hypotenuse, yeah, I can write here. Cos X will be equal to 6.75 divided by 11.5. You can use the calculator, then you will get this value, right? So if you find this value, then you can go for cos inverse using the calculator. For this angle, cos inverse of that value will be 54 degree, 54.06. So therefore we got this angle is 54.06. Then if you want the total angle, you have to multiply with 2, then we can get the total angle. So if you multiply by 2, then you are getting 108.12. So this is what we had to prove. Is it clear? Right. Now this is now it is proved. So in the second case, calculate the length of the minor arc ABC. Can you see which one is minor? Yeah, this is your minor arc ABC. So you know already you have learned that minor arc. If you want to find out the length of the minor, this is the formula we are using. Theta upon 360 degree into 2 pi r. So here theta is the angle of the arc. So what is the angle of the arc here? 108.12. You can put this value. If you put this value and calculate, because radius is already given, radius is something, angle is something. If you put this value, you can get the answer. Then your answer will be 12.7 centimeter, I guess. Right. This is your 2-mark question. Similarly, next you have to calculate the area of the major sector. Major sector means this side. This is your major, right? So if this angle is 108, then you know how to find out. You have to subtract from 360 degree. So then if you subtract from 360 degree, you are getting this angle 251.8888, right? So then this is the formula to find out the area of a sector. Then if you put all these values, you can get the answer. So final answer will be 100 square centimeter. Is it clear to all? Please go through the solution and tell me if you have any doubt. So whenever you want to see the solution, you can pause for a moment and you can see the solution very clearly. Then you can answer me. I can see your comment. Now let us go to the next question. Question number 5 is on the screen. So this is related to your statistics. And in the question, it is given that the cumulative frequency diagram shows the information about the distance traveled by each of 80 motorists in a month, right? So this is cumulative frequency indicates about the motorist, 80 motorists, and this is the distance traveled by them. On x-axis, it is indicating distance. On y-axis, the number of motorists, right? 80 motorists. 80 motorists, right? So then what you have to find out, use the frequency diagram for estimate the median. And you know it is very easy. If you want to find out the median, you know in this cumulative frequency, the middle term is 40, and if you draw the line, it's touching here, and if you bring this line down here, yeah, you have to draw the graph very perfectly. So this is your 112, it is your 116, in between how much? 40, 400 gap. So if it is 400, this one will be 1400, and this is somehow 1480. Let me show you the answer. Yeah, the 40th, the median will be the 40th value. So then the 40th value is approximately 1480. So this is the answer you have to write. 1 mark you will be getting. This is very simple. You have to see the graph and you have to write the answer, and you have to use your common sense. Next, you have to find out the inner quartile range. If you go for the inner quartile range, so this area is called your inner quartile range, starting from 20 to 60. So same thing, you have to draw the graph. If I take 20 where it is touching, yeah, so then again you have to draw one line here. So this value is approximately 11,600 kilometer. Similarly, if you go to 60, it is exactly touching the cross line. It is 1600. Yeah, this is exactly 1600 kilometer. Then if you want the range, then you can subtract. Then this one will be 440 kilometer. Is it clear to all? Please write your comment if you want anything, so that I can make a dedicate and special class for you. 440 kilometer. This is 2 marks. Any questions so far? No. Now, if I go to the next question, what is the next question? One of these motorists is picked up random. Find the probability that the motorist travel more than 1800 kilometer. Now, if I see about 1800 kilometer, this is your 16, this is 1800, I guess. Yeah. So if I draw this line, is it coming here? Right. So if I draw this line straight up to here, yeah, you can see here this range is 60 to 80. Then the middle one will be 70. Then this one will be approximately 72. So from 72 to 80, what is the range? 8, I guess. Yeah. So 8 motorists, they are traveling more than 1800 kilometer. So out of total, let me write here. So the total motorist is 80, and out of 80, 8 motorists, they are traveling more than 1800 kilometer. Then the probability is on the screen. Can you see here? Right. So it will be 1 upon 10. Right. Now let us go to the next question. The next question is all about the distance around racing track is nearly what? Not nearly, exactly 5.104 kilometer, and the time taken by the car, something is written, what, 1 minute 8 second. 1 minute 8 second in the sense 78 second. Then calculate the average speed in kilometer per hour. So speed, you have to calculate distance upon time, and the distance is given how much? 5.104 divided by time. This time is 78 second, but we have to find out in hour. So then I can use my calculator here. 78 divided by, so if you want to convert, then you have to divide it by 3000. 78 divided by 3000, something which is equal to 0.12, right? 0.02166. Now let me show you the answer. Yeah. So the distance is in kilometer, and since the time is in second, we have to convert into hour. Then if you divide, then your final answer is 235.5 kilometer per hour. Any question, please write the comment. Is it clear to all? Is it clear? Okay. So shall I go to the next question? The next question is related to your histogram, right? In this histogram, you can see on the y-axis it is given frequency density, and I want to tell you that frequency density is the ratio of frequency to the width of the histogram. Okay, I will show you the formula, already you know that. And here the speed is given, and something is already, the question is on the screen. Then what you have to show that there are 8 cars with a top speed in the interval of 120 to 160. So this is your 120 and this is your 160. What is the width? Width is 40. And what is the frequency density? The frequency density, how much? This is 0.5. So 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Yeah, this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and so on, right? So then here the width is 40 and something. Then if you want frequency, the formula of frequency I have written here. So the width into frequency density. So then your answer is here, right? So then with this calculation, we came to know that we are getting the value 8. So therefore it is proved that so there are 8 cars with a top speed in the interval of so and so. Next question we have to find out. Calculate an estimate of the mean top speed. You must show all the working. 6 marks question. Remember, this is 6 marks, right? So you have to show all the calculation. That means what you have to do for every histogram, you have to see the width. Here the width is 40. Here the width 60 to 80, I think 20, 160. Yeah. So you have to find out. Let me show you the answer here. Yeah. In the first case, it is 40. Next, it is 20. So and so. You have to show the width. Then you have to show the frequency density. Then when you multiply both, then you can get the frequency. Here frequency is 8, right? Then if you calculate all the frequency, this is called the sum of the frequency, which is called sigma f. Sigma frequency you have to add. So if you add all together, it will be 160. Then if you multiply, then I have written the solution for you. Please have a look and tell me if you still want any more clarification. So after all this calculation, you will get the total distance is 211.75 kilometer. Is it clear? Yes. So you can pause for a moment and you can see the solution and you can write your comment if you want anything more clarification. Now I will go to the next question. So now we finished this. Yeah, next question number 6. This is all about vector. This is column vector. Already you know that how to calculate the column vector. So then first you have to multiply. After multiplying, again you have to subtract this column vector. Then I want to show you how to work. Yeah. So if you work here, so this is your first multiplication. So if you multiply, you have to multiply this 2 with 3 and also with 5. Already I taught you about this column vector. So then if you multiply, then you will get this value 6 and 10. Then again after subtraction, your final answer will be 4 on x direction minus 3 on y direction. This is your displacement equation. This is very easy, direct multiplication. Again I'm telling you. So you have to multiply first, and when you're multiplying, you have to multiply with 2 for both direction, x direction and y direction. Already you know that in the column vector, the top digit is telling about x direction movement and the next one is telling about on y direction. I mean horizontal and vertical movement, right? So then, yeah. So this is the answer. And the next question. So the mn, the length of mn is -6. I mean horizontal. Negative stands for left side, positive is the right side in x-axis, and negative is left side on x-axis. Positive is right side on x-axis. Similarly, in y-axis, positive means upward, negative means downward, right? Okay. So now mn, the length is given, m is the point. Yeah, look here. When you draw a graph here, so this is your m and n. The length and the direction, length in the sense the displacement is -6 and 4, but the point at m is given 2 and -5, right? So then if you want the displacement, then if you add these two, then you will get the answer. So find the coordinate of n. So n is equal to the position of m or point of m, then plus displacement. So if you add these two, you know it is very simple addition, then you can get the answer. So your final answer is -4 and -1, right? The next question is find out the magnitude. Magnitude in the sense, you know, it is a right angle. So then you have to do Pythagoras theorem. So then m6, yeah, what do you got here? Yeah. So x is 6 and y is 4, -6 and -4. You can substitute these values and you can get the answer. So your final answer will be 7.211. You can write 3 significant figures, not a problem, right? So this is a short detail about the vector and the entire solution I have shown here. Please go through that. Is it clearly visible to all, right? So then still if you have any difficulties, you can ask me in the comment box. I can make a special class for you, right? Okay, now let us go to the next question. Oh, this is also related to vector, because this question number, what do you call it, 6 is completely related to vector. Anyway, now you can pause for a moment and see the question, write your own answer, then let us go to my solution. So this question is also related to vector law of vector addition. We can apply triangular law of vector addition. So this is a trapezium, and OA is already given here, and OB is 2C, and here in the question it is given that OB is twice of AC. So OB is 2C, then definitely AC will be C because it is twice. Then there are some ratio given here. Now we have to find out the length of AB vector. Where is AB? Yeah, this is AB. If you put the triangular law of vector addition, so yeah, I want to show you the direct solution here. If you put the vector addition, so AB will be OB minus OA. So this is your AB, this is your OB, and this is OA, and this is your OB. So if you put this law of vector addition, you can get this answer. So this is the final answer is 2C minus A. The next question you have to find out CB. So this is CB, right? So this CB, if you want to find out CB, we can take the help of OC and OB. So we can take OC and OB, but in the question, OC is not given. So since OC is not given, we can find out its value, because you can see we have OA and we have AC. So we can find out OC. So then I want to show you here. So if you want CB is the sum of OB and OC, but OC is not given and the values are given, we can find out OC, which is equal to sum of A and C. A and C. So this together it will be OC. Then after getting OC, then you can find out CB is equal to OB minus OC. Then final answer is here. So please look at this solution very clearly and very carefully. Then tell me if you want any more clarification. Now let us go to the next topic. You have to find out OP. Where is OP? This is your OP. And there is a ratio AP and AB. So I want to show you the solution here. So the ratio is given. So this is the ratio given. Then AP by PB is 4:1, and the total length of AB will be 5, because it is 4:1. So total will be 5. So then AP upon AB is 4/5, because this is from A to P, it is 4, and the total length is 5. We can say this is in the form of ratio. So then if you want OP is the sum of OA and 4/5 of AB. So this OA and this side, these two sides. So this is already A, and this is the 4/5 of AB, right? And if you put all these values, AB is already, we got 2C plus A. Then you can see the solution. It is very clear and easy for you to understand. Remember, this is your 2-mark question. So please go through the solution and have a very good look for that, right? So then final answer you can write here 1/5A plus 8/5C, or you can take 1/5 as a common factor, something you can write. So this is the solution for C. Any question so far? No? Now let us go to the next question. You have to find out QP. Where is the QP? Let us find out. QP, yes. This is the length. You have not a straight line, not a curved line. Okay. QP we have to find out. So already you know that AQ is 4/5 of AC, and AC is what you called C. So when you want AQ, which is equal to 4/5 of C, right? Then the Q point will be A plus 4/5 of C, right? So these are the two values. You can have the look very carefully. Then if you want P length or OP, so you have to apply this method. The entire solution I have shown here. So then please have a look and match with your solution, right? So now this is all detail about the vector what we have finished, and the entire solution is on the screen. You can have a look and tell me if you want any more clarification. Otherwise, we'll go to the next question. Please write anything in the comment box if you have any doubt, so that I can get exactly what we are looking for. Then we can go to the next question, question number 7. Yeah, so again I want to show you this vector question is clear to all, I guess. Yeah, so then write in the comment box if you want anything. Now let us go to question number 7. So here is a diagram. It is to your, I think, bearing, scale, all this thing we will get here. And we will also use trigonometry, sine and cosine rule for the solution. Now you have to show, you can see this question. Now you have to show that CBD is 81 degree. CBD is 81 degree. We have to prove and we have to show. If you see this triangle, this is already given 60 degree. This is 39 degree. And you know this is a small triangle, not a small, this is a triangle. So this triangle name is what? Just I want to highlight here. So this is the triangle, and in this triangle, you know, the sum of the angle is 180 degree. Then if you want to find out, then direct you can use the method. Then finally you get it is 81 degree, and this is what we have to prove. It is 81 degree now, right? Any question? No question. If there is no question, now let us go to the next question. The next question, calculate the length of CD. Where is CD? Yeah, this is your CD. So you have to calculate the length of this side CD. We have to use trigonometry. We have to use the sine rule, and the sine rule is what? CD by sine B, which is equal to BD by sine C. You know, this angle and this side. This angle and this side is used for what? Sine rule. And if you are taking this side, then you have to take 60 degree is the angle. Anyway, already you know the sine rule. So if you apply the sine rule, you can finally calculate the length of CD. So my entire work I have mentioned here for this calculation, you can see. So then your final answer will be 147.14 meter. Any question? Okay. So this calculation we got with help of sine rule, right? Now the next question is what? Show that angle ABD is 31.6 degree correct to one decimal place, because all the angles always written to correct to one decimal place. ABD. What is the angle? ABD is ABD, this angle. We have to show that this is 31 degree. So for this here we will use cosine rule. So if you use this cosine rule, already I have written here. So then by using this cosine rule, I have shown the calculation here. You can go through. Then after putting all these values, so AB square plus BD square minus AD square divided by 2 AB into BD. So then we can get the final answer is 31.6 degree. So this is what we had to show, 31.6 degree to the correct decimal place, right? Now find the shortest distance from A to BD. Yeah, so the shortest distance from A to BD. This is the length we have to find out. The shortest distance, I mean the perpendicular length. So for that you will use the sine method. Already we got this angle. This angle is how much? 31.6 degree, I think. 31.6 degree. So now if I take the shortest length, so then this will be a right angle triangle. So then if I use the angle sine method, I can find out this perpendicular, because you know sine of 31.6, which is equal to the perpendicular upon hypotenuse. This is what we have used here. Then finally we got 44.5 meter, right? Next, what we have to find out, find the bearing of B from C. Yes, now bearing of B from C. Okay, now let me clear all. Right, so now we know this is what, 31.6, and this is how much we got, 81, I guess. CBD, yeah, 81. Then how much this angle will be, already you know that. You can put you can add all together and subtract from 180 degree. Can I see here? Yeah, CBD is 81 degree, then ABD is 31 degree. So then, now look here, suppose this angle is x, right? Okay, consider, let me draw perfectly. Consider this angle is x. So if I extend this one and if I draw one more north here, so this angle also will be x. So then if you want this x plus 180 degree, x plus 180 degree, this together it will be the bearing for B. So then final solution I have shown here. You can calculate bearing is 180 degree plus 81 minus 31.6. You can use your own method, but you have to find out 247.4 degree, right? You can pause for a moment and see the solution. Once again, I want to clarify a little bit because it may be confusing for you. So this is what 31.6. This is your 81, I guess. Yeah, 81. So then if you use the calculator, you can find out this angle will be 67.4, right? So if this angle is 67.4, then definitely this angle also will be 67.4. Then this one will be 180 degree. So then total you can add 180 plus 67.4, then you will get this answer, right? So this is the way you can calculate the bearing. Now let us go to the next question. Find the shortest distance. Finished already? Yeah. Now we'll go to question number 8, which is related to probability. Now have a look at this question, then you guess your answer before I show you my solution. Now a bag contains 24 colored beads. Some are red, some are blue and yellow. One bead is picked up random from the bag. Find the probability the bead is yellow. Yeah. So total how many yellows are there? 10. And total how many all the color? 24. Then you can find out 24 upon 10 upon 24, which is 5 upon 12 is the probability. So the probability of yellow is 10 because we have 10 yellow. Then total is 24. Then this is the calculation for your probability. Next, the bead is not yellow. If it is not yellow, so then the total probability will be 1. So then you can subtract from 1, then from 5 upon 12, then you can get 7 upon 12, right? So if it is not yellow, so since 10 are yellow and non-yellow will be 14, 14 out of 24, if you cancel to 7 times to 12 times, this is the way also you can write. Anyway, so this probability is very easy for you. You can find out your own way to calculate. Now the next question is on the screen. Another bag contains 5 green marbles, 6 white marbles and 4 black marbles. Mira picks 2 marbles at random from a bag without replacement. Find the probability the first marble is black and the second marble is white. This is you have to find out the probability, then you have to multiply. This is what you have to do. If the first one is black, total we have how many black? 4 blacks. If the first one is black, the probability will be 4 out of 15. And the next black without replacement. Now look here. So 5 plus 6 plus 4. Total it is 5 plus 4. So 15. Total 15. So total 15 balls. So that if one is not replaced, then the total will be 14. So in the next case for white, it will be 6 upon 14. So then if you want final probability, you have to multiply. Your final answer is 4 upon 35. Any question? Right? And the next question, both marbles have different colors. Then you have to calculate one by one. And my solution is here. Then please go through and find out the solution, right? For white, black and white, I have mentioned here. For black and green, I have mentioned. White and green, I have mentioned. Then finally, we have to add all the probabilities. Then this is your answer here, right? Okay, so let us go to the next question. Question number 9, which is related to function. So please try yourself before getting my answer. So question number 9 is related to function. And directly you have to put the value of x as the 7, then you'll get the answer. Let me show you my solution here, which is very easy, right? So here f of x is 2x minus 5. So then f of 7 will be what? So since it is 2x, it is 2 times of 7, then minus 5. Then if you put, you are getting the value 9, you have to write 9. This is 1 mark question. Next, you have to find out g of f of 7. First, you have to find out f of 7, then you will put, so from this calculation you got 9, then this 9 you will put the value you substitute here, then 9 square. Okay, let me show here. So this is x square, since 9 square, 2x, 2 times of 9. Is it clear? Right? Yeah, so then your final answer is 63. It's very easy. This function is very easy. You should have the common ideas. Okay, next, this is inverse function. In inverse function, one technique I told you that you have to interchange the place of x and y. Let me show you how. So now we are going to discuss about f of x, means f in inverse function. So if I show you here, so f of x is 2x minus 5. So consider y is equal to 2x minus 5. Then I will interchange x and y. So I am writing x in the place of y, then y in the place of x. So then I will go for the final solution. Then I got y equal to something, and this is what your inverse function. Is it clear to all? So your inverse function will be x plus 5 upon 2, right? And the next one, you have to find out g of f of x minus 3g of f. First, you have to find out f of x. Then this value you have to put in g. Let me show you here one by one. So since we have f of x and the f of x is 2x minus 5. Next, for g, we have to use its square, then 2 times of x, right? So this is the way we have to find out. Then I have written one by one calculation very clearly, so that this calculation I have written here. So this is 4x square minus 20x plus 25, and for this calculation it is minus 4x plus 10x. So then final calculation for this is 4x square minus 24x plus 35. This is for what? G of f of x. Similarly, we'll go for 3 times of g of x. So g of x is x square minus 2x. Since it is 3 times, then this is the final answer, right? Then finally, we have to subtract 3 times of g of x from this. So after all the subtraction, you will find this is your final answer. Is it clear to all? Just have a look for the entire picture. Then let me know if you have any doubt or anything you want to understand. It's very easy. Wow. Okay, shall I go to the next question? Question number 10. It is related to your derivative. Okay. So the curve has the equation y is equal to x cube minus 9x square minus 4x. Differentiate x cube minus 9x square minus 48x, right? So if you want to find out, consider this is your y. So derivative of y with respect to x, which is equal to derivative of y, you have to write with respect to x. So then this is what here, x cube minus 9x square minus 48x. You know, at the time of derivative, when you are going to find out the derivative, so the power will be the, the power will be the coefficient. Now let me show you here once. Look here. So here the power is becoming coefficient and the power will be reduced by 1. So this is the method. Once again, I'm telling you, consider x to the power n. If you are going derivative of n with respect to x, then this n will be coefficient and the x to the power will be reduced by 1. This is the method, right? So similarly, if you see here, this is derivative of x cube with respect to x. So then final answer will be, now tell me, what is the power? It is 3, then 3 will be the coefficient, then x to the power x square and divided, not divided. This is the answer, right? So this will be 3x square. Similarly, here it will be 3x square, then this 2 it will be multiplied, here 9 and square. So then 9 and 2 it will be multiplied, minus 18x, then minus 48. Because 48 power is 1. 1 is multiplied with 48, same 48, and the power will be reduced by 1, x to the power 1 minus 1, which is equal to x to the power 0, which is equal to 1. So this is your final derivative. Let me show you my answer clearly, what I have written for you. Yeah, can you see my answer here? So this is what individual derivative I have written for all the single terms. so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, next all together I have written the derivative. Clear? Then final answer will be 3x square minus 18x minus 48 is your final answer. Any questions so far? Otherwise, we'll go to the next part. So in the next part, find the coordinate of the turning points of the graph. Okay, you have to find out the turning point of the graph. Look here, after getting the derivative, so you are getting the final answer is as a quadratic equation. And if you want the value of x, so then definitely you should go for the quadratic equation method. So which is equal to, quadratic equation formula, x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. And so here a is the coefficient of x square and b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant, right? So after putting all these values, we are getting the value of x is 8 or value of x is minus 2. Now, if you put the value of x as 8, you are getting y as negative 448. And if you put the value of x as negative 2, then y we are getting 52. Then you have to put all the values here, then your answer will be here. So you can write the answer here. If you don't have any question, so we can go to the next part, and this is the last part is on the screen. Okay, I think this is the final question, and 10 questions we have. So then if you have any doubt, anyway, so this PDF I will be giving in the description. You can go to the description and you can download the entire solution and practice yourself. And if you have any doubt for the concept clarification, you can join our concept class. And every week I will be coming online with on past paper. It's just question paper that will be definitely helpful and supportive for all the students, those who are writing their IGCSE examination. Okay, that's all for today, and let us meet in the next class. Thank you very much.